Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. I'm John Cook. I'm the co-founder of GeekWire, and on behalf of GeekWire Studios, I am really excited to be at one of the most innovative startup companies here in the Seattle area.
Well, hello, I'm Paul Mikesell, founder and CEO of Carbon Robotics. We're here next to the gorgeous Space Needle, the always beautiful 99 freeway here. And we're actually on the roof of our building right now. Carbon Robotics, we're an AI robotics company in Seattle. We're focusing on agriculture robots. We make the laser weeder. You may have seen the laser weeder. We killed weeds with lasers. Our company is continuing to grow rapidly, making a lot of great things happen. So what I'm announcing today is we are closing a $70 million venture round led by Bond Capital. And so we're off to the races, making a lot of great stuff happen.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting news. Yeah. Obviously a very big round, but you're in the intersection of software, AI, robotics, hardware, so you need that extra capital, I would presume.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're going to use this capital for.
We are continuing to expand internationally. We have machines all around the world. We have some new product development that's happening, some of which is almost done, and then new things further down the pipeline, so we're continuing to do that. And then we're expanding more into Washington State. So as Carbon Robotics continues to grow, we're moving more of our manufacturing into Eastern Washington.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that talent in Washington State, because it strikes me that it's a unique combination that you have some of the great software, computer vision, AI, robotics talent, but then also there's a deep history of aviation with Boeing and that manufacturing, and you're kind of the combination of those two technologies merging. So is that a big reason why this makes sense to do this in Washington State?
That's a huge reason. So I'm a University of Washington alum. I'm a computer science degree from the UW. I'm aware of all the great talent there, not just for computer science, but also electrical engineering, also the great startup communities that we have around us. So as Carbon Robotics continues to grow, we're moving more of our manufacturing into Eastern Washington. We have a big site out in Richland. More and more of that is things that we're doing ourselves, specifically out of the Richland area now. And so what this looks like is us owning our own manufacturing. Why? Because we get better quality control, we get better time control, we can give the employees a deeper sense of purpose, right? They get equity in the company instead of just some outsourced manufacturing somewhere. And we're all pulling together to make this thing happen.
So moving away from a contract manufacturing model to really owning the full process, is there a model that you're building this on in terms of a style of manufacturing?
That's a good point. I think in a lot of ways we do kind of follow the Tesla model. And you see this also in agriculture. John Deere does the same thing. They make everything from tractors to engines, all of that stuff they make themselves. So I think the model here is, as you grow and scale, push on cost and quality and performance, you need to own your own manufacturing, and we're at the point now that we're doing that. There's a lot of great folks out there who know how to get stuff done, work with their hands, put things together that are incredibly complex, and be part of a mission.
Yeah, absolutely. Speak to that mission a little bit. Why did you do this? I mean, you have a really traditional software background. You're at Real Networks and Uber, and of course founded EMC Iceland here in the Seattle area, which I consider a little bit more traditional software technology companies.
Right.
This is moving into ag tech. Is kind of it's a different ball game. I'm curious, what drove you to create Carbon Robotics and create the laser weeder?
Right. When I left Uber, I started thinking about where is AI going, what's it doing for us? That was the sort of genesis of let's do things where we can take an AI system and then do things at industrial scale. So how are we accomplishing that? When you have a laser weeder, you don't have to have people out there in the field pulling weeds. When you have a laser weeder, you don't have to spray herbicides all over the place. That can be quite dangerous for you. So this whole thing is AI doing something beneficial in the real world. That was what really motivated this. Will Carbon Robotics always be an agriculture company? We'll probably do things well outside of agriculture in the future. Currently, we're well rooted in agriculture, and they've welcomed us incredibly, and I think we've done a lot for farmers and for food quality. But the motivation is really AI systems doing things in the real world. One of the most important things we can be doing with technology is making people's lives better and getting rid of some of this rote, repetitive drudgery. And that's one of the things I'm most proud about is in laser weeders, we prevent the need to have people out there to kill weeds without herbicides. The thing that's really important about Carbon Robotics is certainly the AI and the tech, but I think a lot of it is our ability to identify great markets and great solutions to deploy that tech to bring the solution to the market. The important thing about Carbon Robotics is we have a great process and pattern of doing that, knowing how to deploy AI in a way that has an ROI for real people.
Well, when you're a $10 billion company, you're going to have us back, and I'm guessing we'll be on a much bigger roof at that point. So
yeah, but we'll still do it on the roof. How's
yes,
that, John?
that sounds good. I'll be back.
Right.
I want to be back and check that out. And congrats on all the success and continued growth. And love what you're doing.
Great, thanks, John. Thanks for joining us today. And I was listening.
Great.